Chapter 1. Home for the Holidays. December 20th. It's 10 a.m. at Newark International Airport in Newark, New Jersey. A plane arriving from California has just landed. Suzzanne Millington steps off the plane, holding a carry-on duffel bag and purse. Suzzanne is an attractive, classy brunette with an athletic figure, although it is hard to tell, as she is bundled up in her winter clothing. She heads to the baggage area to retrieve her suitcase. She texts her mother and gives her a status update. The airport is packed with holiday travellers. Most are wearing masks, even though the COVID-19 mask mandate has been lifted. New variants continue to emerge, and many people still feel safer wearing a mask. Others are happy that they're not required to do so. Suzzanne wore her mask on the plane, but removed it after entering the terminal. After retrieving her suitcase from the baggage carousel, Suzzanne exits the airport and hops into a cab. She takes the very familiar drive down the New Jersey Turnpike. It's a short drive, about half an hour, to her childhood home in Teaneck, New Jersey. She puts her wireless headphones in her ears and connects it to her phone via Bluetooth. She uses the Amazon Music app to choose from her long list of songs. She selects the song Let 'Em Cry from the new album by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Unlimited Love. She zones out while looking out the window and viewing the swamps and factories of New Jersey on her way home. She can't help but recall her many trips with friends to the Jersey Shore as she looks out onto the familiar scenery. Her phone rings as she nears her childhood home. "Hi, Mum," Suzzanne says. "Are you almost home?" her mother asks. Suzzanne looks at the GPS in the cab, stuck to the middle vent of the dashboard. 3 minutes away. "Okay, I'll send your brother out to help you with your bags." Her brother is outside, awaiting her arrival as she pulls up. The driver pops the trunk as Suzzanne exits the cab. "Hey, screensaver," Suzzanne says as she hugs him. "Really? You're still calling me that?" he replies as he hugs her. "Well, last time I saw you, you did nothing all day but sleep," she insinuates. "Yeah, well, I have a job now, and a girlfriend," he sneers. "And she's here, so be nice." "You have a girlfriend," she replies sarcastically. "Let the games begin." "That's not funny, Susie," he blurts anxiously. "She knows me as Will. Please don't embarrass me." "Will?" she asks, puzzled. "You're Billy." "Not anymore," he states adamantly. "I'm older now. Will suits me better. Plus, my name is William. I've no clue why the hell I've been called Billy all my life. I can't wait to tell her how you pissed the bed till you were 15. I swear I will friggin' kill you. I'm not playing, Suzzanne," he responds. "How's Dad?" she asks. "And you know, he's in remission, but still not out of the woods just yet. Mum's taking good care of him, though, as always." Will grabs her duffel bag, and then her large suitcase from the trunk. He is a lean, muscular, good-looking 18-year-old senior in high school. "Jesus," he says, as he struggles to remove her bag from the trunk. "How the hell long are you planning on staying?" "A woman needs her stuff. You wouldn't know the first thing, wallpaper." "You're gonna get it this weekend, I swear," Will says impatiently. "This ain't 2015. I'm a grown man now." Will walks up to her spitefully. "I'm the man of the house now." "Ah, so you're the man now?" Suzzanne asks facetiously. She chuckles. "Whenever I arrive, you are immediately second in command, and you know this. And don't try and challenge me either, 'cause you know what'll happen." Okay, I'm just kidding. Jeez," he responds submissively. "Still can't take a joke," he scoffs. "Mom!" Suzzanne shouts as she sees her mother, Sarah, standing in the doorway. Suzzanne rushes and hugs her tightly. "My baby," her mother says while squeezing her. Family time. Suzzanne's mother has a feast prepared for her 4 children. Everyone appreciates her home cooking. They all finally take their seats in the dining room. Suzzanne's mother, Sarah, sits at the head of the table with her back to the window. Her father, Joel, sits at the head of the table on the opposite side. His back is facing the living room. Suzzanne, 22, is seated on the left side of the table closest to her mother. Beverly, 17, is sitting to the right of Suzzanne. Christopher, 15, is sitting opposite Suzzanne. Finally, Adam, 18, is seated across from Beverly, closest to his father, and his girlfriend, Amanda, sits between him and his brother. Usually, all of the food is placed on the table and passed around. However, this year, Suzzanne's mother decided to break tradition and do it buffet style. 3 long tables covered with matching Christmas tablecloths lay side by side, resting against the wall behind Adam and Christopher. Several heated buffet trays line the tables. Everyone has filled their plates for round 1. "Time to say grace," Sarah announces. "Who would like to do the honours? Suzzanne?" "I think it should be Dad," Adam suggests. No one objects. Everyone closes their eyes and holds hands around the table. "Dear Lord, thank you for blessing us with this special family dinner," Joel proclaims. "Please bless this food and watch over us on what is likely my last Christmas dinner with my family." "You couldn't help yourself, could you, Dad?" Adam says. "What?" Joel says. "I'm just being real. You know, keeping it real, like you kids say." "Let's keep it festive, Dad," Suzzanne responds. He reluctantly nods in agreement. "Good food, good meat, good God, let's eat," Joel voices. With that, everyone begins digging in. "Oh my God, Mum, this is so good," Beverly declares. "Yeah, Mum, you've outdone yourself," Adam says. "Thank you," Sarah mentions humbly. "It took me a little more time this year, but I got it done." "So, Suzzanne, how is my alma mater treating you?" her father asks. "School is great, Dad," Suzzanne responds. "UCLA was such a great choice." "Have you figured out your major yet?" her father asks. "I'm majoring in criminal justice," Suzzanne responds. "As long as it's not public speaking," Adam replies. "Remember the time you tried to speak publicly at the school play?" Adam turned to Amanda and speaks softly. "She had one line, froze up and ran off the stage." He and Christopher giggle in amusement. "Leave your sister alone," Sarah commands. "She's always had stage fright, even as a little girl. She gets anxiety speaking in front of crowds," Sarah explains to Amanda. "Thanks for the words of encouragement, Mum," Suzzanne says facetiously. Suzzanne turns her attention to Adam. "Amanda, did Adam tell you that he used to piss the bed in his sleep until he was 16? Suzzanne asks. Adam looks at Amanda. "That's not true," Adam says adamantly. "You're going to lie to your girlfriend with a straight face?" Suzzanne asks. Amanda looks at Adam with a confused look. Okay, let's keep it civil, you two," Sarah says firmly. "Mum, since we're keeping it real," Suzzanne says, "am I telling the truth?" "Adam had a bladder issue, it's true," their mother confirms, "but he's over it now." "Really, Mum?" Adam barks. "Thanks a lot." He's embarrassed. Suzzanne looks at Amanda and laughs. Amanda almost spits out her drink from laughing so hard. This annoys Adam even more. He leans over to Suzzanne and whispers in her ear. "Okay, you win. Cut it out." Once Suzzanne finished the food on her plate, she asked to be excused, saying she needed to make a phone call. Suzzanne walks out toward the sliding glass doors that lead to the backyard. She stops and looks around cautiously to see if anyone is following her before opening the doors. Then she quietly enters the backyard, making sure to do so silently. She walks around to the side of the house and pulls out a pack of cigarettes from her purse. She searches her bag frantically for a lighter, but cannot find one. "Shit," she whispers. Just then, Christopher walks around the corner of the house with a lit cigarette in his mouth. When he sees Suzzanne, he's in shock. He freezes. "Oh, damn," he babbles. "You're smoking cigarettes now," Suzzanne says in disapproval. "You smoke too," he responds. "I'm of age," she replies. "I used to see you sneak out here to smoke when you were in high school," Christopher explains. "You did?" Suzzanne asks. "You little stalker. Give me a light." Christopher hands Suzzanne his lighter. Suzzanne lights her cigarette and puts the lighter in the front pocket of her jeans. "Please don't tell Mum and Dad that I'm smoking," Christopher asks. "I won't tell if you don't tell," Suzzanne replies. After a long weekend with her family, Suzzanne has her suitcase and duffel bag packed. She's ready for the ride to the airport and the long flight back to California. After saying her heartfelt goodbyes, she heads to the airport and boards her plane. She couldn't wait to return to UCLA to see her friends and enjoy her freedom. However, she did not know that her journey back to California was about to take a lot longer than expected. Easy, Victor. Suzzanne buckles her seatbelt at the request of the captain via microphone. Minutes later, the plane begins to taxi onto the runway. The plane pauses for a moment as it is lined up on the runway, awaiting the tower's order to take off. Once the order is given, the plane accelerates down the runway. The sounds and vibrations increase as the plane quickly picks up speed. The engines go from a gentle purr to a giant roar. Within seconds, the force pushes all passengers back into their seats. Suzzanne experiences a lurch in her stomach as the plane lifts off the runway. Suzzanne sits back in her seat and closes her eyes. Several passengers get tunnel vision, and their muscles tense up as the plane rises. Many passengers start breathing heavily, bracing themselves as the plane's wheels retract and the nose quickly ascends. However, Suzzanne has a special technique that she's developed to keep her calm during takeoff. She relaxes her muscles, lightens herself, and has a planned distraction for her mind to obviate thinking about the stressful event taking place. Moreover, she simply doesn't have any fear of flying, nor does she find it dangerous. In fact, she finds driving much more dangerous and stressful. The ground quickly falls away, and the once massive terminal building soon looks like Lego pieces. As the plane climbs, it experiences wake turbulence, in which a disturbance in the atmosphere forms behind the aircraft as it passes through the air. The plane shakes. The passengers feel like they are driving on an extremely bumpy road. Soon the unrest halts, the engines throttle back slightly, and the plane's angle lowers as it settles into a climb. Everyone takes a collective breath as the plane levels off and stabilizes. "I didn't think we were going to make it there for a second," the red-headed female sitting to the right of Suzzanne says to her. "Is this your first time flying?" Suzzanne asks. "Yeah, how'd you know?" "'Cause this is pretty typical of any flight takeoff," Suzzanne responds. "Oh, that's good to know," the woman says. "I was so nervous getting on this plane. I had an awful dream about this trip last night." "It's first-time jitters," Suzzanne replies. "We've all had them. Just try to relax. We'll be there in no time." "Thank you for the comforting words," the woman says. Suzzanne rests her head against the seat's headrest. She closes her eyes and hits play on her phone. Her wireless headphones begin playing the song "Bring Me to Life" by Evanescence. Suzzanne is so relaxed that she dozes off for a few moments. Suddenly, she's jolted in her seat and thrown forward aggressively into her seatbelt. She opens her eyes to frightened screams from several passengers. Suzzanne's heart starts racing when she sees the commotion. She begins taking shallow, gasping breaths as she looks around at the faces of panicking passengers. The plane is violently vacillating from side to side, unnaturally. The song "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer is playing. She quickly pulls out her headphones and hears a chorus of terrifying and unnerving screams. Suzzanne looks at the seat to her right, where the red-headed female was sitting earlier, and sees it empty. "Ladies and gentlemen," the captain says shakily over the loudspeaker, "we're experiencing extreme turbulence. Please buckle your seatbelt and put your head between your legs." Suzzanne exhales raggedly as she's thrown around her seat. Moments later, she hears the pilot say, "Easy, Victor," in a desperate voice over the intercom. As the plane shook uncontrollably, the red-headed woman who was seated next to Suzzanne earlier had the misfortune of being in the bathroom. She's tossed around the small lavatory like clothes in a washing machine. She soon loses consciousness. The lights in the cabin begin to flicker before complete darkness ensues. Each passenger experiences a sinking feeling in their stomach. Much like a free-fall, a sense of weightlessness overcomes them. In total darkness, the terrifying, nightmarish screams are maddening. Suzzanne remains calm and starts praying as her body jounces to and fro. Bang! The giant plane crashes down with the sounds of several metallic thuds and metallic scrapings. The plane splits into several pieces, and the sounds of blood-curdling screams immediately halt and shift to a disturbing silence.